By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what to do step by step to run profitable Facebook ads for local businesses and get paid doing it as well. So whether you're a business owner or you're someone who wants to run Facebook ads for other businesses, this video is for you because you're going to need to have a systematic, proven way to generate you or the business leads month after month profitably as well. And Facebook has proven to do that time and time again. And if you're doing this for other people, you can charge $500, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 plus to do this for other businesses as well, since you're generating the money and they're getting a return on their investment. So if you watch this video all the way through, you're going to be able to confidently run Facebook ads for other businesses. You're going to know exactly what to do step by step, no hesitation, and then you're going to generate them leads, and then they're going to pay you, $1,000 plus month after month after month. So without further ado, like this video and let's hop right into my computer. So okay guys, so let's get started about how to run Facebook ads. I'm also going to have timestamps below of every step. So if you just want to skip to a specific step when it comes to Facebook ads, feel free to look in the timestamps. You'll be able to see that. So the very first thing we're going to do is pretty much set up a business manager account. You don't want to do a Facebook ads with a personal ad account. Just do a business manager account because A, you'll be able to add multiple ad accounts as you get more clients, and B, Facebook will take you more seriously. You'll be able to chat with Facebook once you start running ads in case you have any problems, and you just get more respect for the most part. So I'm gonna go on incognito mode. That way you guys can see everything step by step because I'm already logged into some of these things. Although there are some steps that I still can't show you because I have to log in, and it's gonna be for the information anyway. So what you want to do is I just type in Google Facebook Business Manager. That's just the easiest way I always find it. And then I just click on the link down here, business.facebook.com. We can just go to this link directly. And as you can see here, it's going to tell you, the different things you're going to need. And even if you're just a local business itself, you still just want to create a business manager account. And then it's going to let you log in. So you want to log into your Facebook page. So it's going to ask you for some information. So you can just fill all that out. It's pretty straightforward. If it's asking for a website and you don't particularly have a website at the moment, you can just use your Facebook page's URL and use that as a website. And creating a Facebook page is completely free. And I'm going to show you guys what you would do if you were to go down that route. So this is my Facebook page. So what I would do is just whatever link you have up here, just use that as the website URL and you'll be 100% A-okay and good to go. So once you do all that, you're going to get to a screen. You're going to get to the ads manager overall. If you don't see it directly, you can just click on the sidebar and just look for the ads manager icon. So this is going to be empty for you. And of course, I've run ads before for myself, and I used to do the wrong thing and run ads for clients in my own personal ad account. But that's why you're watching this video, so you don't see all the mistakes that I made. So once you're in an ad account, we can now start creating Facebook ads for the most part, right? So let's hit create. And then it's going to ask you to choose an objective. So I would choose auction. You don't really want to worry about reach and frequency for now. And for local businesses, there's only really 3 objectives that you're going to want to focus on. And when it comes to choosing an objective, you just want to see, okay, what do I want? And what Facebook's going to do is, okay, so if you choose a traffic objective, they're just going to send traffic to your page, but be mindful that Facebook's going to only find people that will click on the link and go to the page. Whether they take an action or not, Facebook has no idea they'll do that. They just know that they'll click on a link and go to the page. For example, for engagement, Facebook's going to show your ad to people that are just going to like, comment, or maybe even share your post. But doesn't mean they're going to click on it, doesn't mean they're going to take an action, doesn't mean they're going to do anything. So just whatever objective you see, that's what Facebook's going to do for the most part. So when it comes to the objectives for local businesses, let's get straight to it. You're either going to want to do lead generation, messages, or conversions. I've tried traffic before, and traffic doesn't really get the best quality of leads. And remember, guys, we want the leads that are going to actually end up buying. Traffic, I get a lot of cheap traffic, but in the end of the day, no one ends up buying, and then that's not what we want. So we want to do lead generation, messages, or conversions. So if you really want to try out traffic for your own, and let's say you're going to retarget those people through conversions, if you're a little bit more advanced, and you have a landing page, not a website, you have a landing page set up, then you can give traffic a shot just to get pixel data, but don't expect many conversions from it. So for local, I usually start with lead generation, because with lead gen, it's like a quick and easy form people can fill out, and you, the business owner, or you as the agency, can get people who are interested because they fill out a form on Facebook. It's very quick for them to do it, and they can call, and then the business can reach out back to them. The problem is with lead generation is that you will most likely get a lot of low quality leads. So you better make sure that your ads are on point and are great, so that way you get a lot of leads through lead generation. With conversions, Facebook knows that these people are going to become a lead, take an action. Facebook has so much data on everyone, guys. They know that people are going to, take an action, whichever action you specify, whether to be a lead or to send you a message. Facebook knows that person's gonna do that. So this is a little bit more expensive, but you get better quality leads if you do use conversions. Just keep in mind with the iOS 14 update, I know everyone's scared about that. If you do lead to if you do lead them off of Facebook may not be able to track them if they, ask to not be tracked. So it may be harder for you to track conversions. But just keep in mind, guys, the iOS 14 update really mainly hurts e-commerce because they depend on the tracking and the retargeting. But for local, we could get around that by just choosing different objectives so that way they stay on Facebook. And that's why I really highly, highly, highly recommend you start off with messages, because messages is a good mix of lead quality and affordability. It's not as expensive as conversions, but it's not as bad traffic as lead generation. So we're gonna start off with Messenger, and I highly recommend you start with Messenger too, because every time I've used Messenger, I've always gotten affordable, good leads that the business is able to sell to, or I'm able to make an appointment easier with Messenger as well, because if someone messages your page, guys, they're interested in what you have to offer, or what service you bring. So definitely try messages at first with the local campaign. If that's not working for you, then go to lead generation and then go to conversions. You really only want to use traffic and video views if you just want to retarget people for the most part, and then you retarget them, make a lookalike audience, which we'll kind of talk about in this video, and then do conversions. So we're gonna go with messages. So to name your campaign, there's no real naming convention I really use. Just name it something that you remember. So campaign, I always just like to name it maybe just the name of the objective you choose, and just maybe some of the targeting you're gonna choose. The naming's really up to you. There's no real strategy. And then you could also date it as well when you make the campaign. So the ad set and ad we'll get into now. And the very next thing that you want to do, guys, is so important, is to like this video and also subscribe to this channel if you have not already. I release videos just like this just to help you guys out. So please be sure to do that. And also comment below. So just pretty much comment the type of business you are, and I'll respond to it, guys. I respond to all the comments that come to my channel. So next thing, we're gonna go through each of these things, each block, so don't worry about it. Special ads category. So this is only important if you're like, let's say, a real estate agent, you're trying to hire someone, or you're a credit union or something with credit, or social or political issues. But if you're just to generate customers, generate leads, unless you're a real estate agent, you don't have to worry about this. Campaign details is what we already set up. Auction, messages. If you click on more options, you can set a spending limit. So let's say I only want to spend $500 on this campaign, then that's it. You can set one there. A/B split test, we don't have to worry about right now because we can do that on our own. Campaign budget optimization. You don't really want to do this until you find winning ad sets, because campaign budget optimization is only good for scaling ads. It's not good for testing. So once you test and you know what works, you can turn on campaign budget optimization, and then it's really great for scaling there. So now let's get to the ad set. So we click here. New ad set. And the ad set, I just like to say, the targeting. So let's say we're in Houston, Texas. So I like to say Houston, Texas, and then just the demographics, maybe, gender. Let's see, Houston, the gender, then I say the age, and then I say the interests, or like what the interests are relating to. So the ad type, just you want to use click to messenger, so that way people click and then they go to messenger. Um, Messaging apps, so you can use Messenger, WhatsApp, or Instagram Direct. I would just use Messenger and Instagram Direct. If you have an Instagram, if you don't have an Instagram, obviously you can't use it. And then you can use WhatsApp if you want. The page, just make, this is very important, guys. I've messed this up several times. Make sure you select the correct client's page, because I have a lot of different pages here, and there was one time where I was running ads for a client through my page, and I was like, oh, why aren't they getting good results? And then I realized it was through my page, and it just made no sense. The daily budget. This is the age-old question. How much should I spend on Facebook ads so I can get results? The minimum, guys, is at least, like, minimum to even see something. Depends on your objective too, but at least $15 a day. I know people say $5 a day, but just know that the lower amount of money you spend, the longer it's going to take for you to see results. I really highly recommend you start off with 20. That's like the most optimal. I mean, and if your budget's bigger, obviously you can start off bigger, because your budget you can think of as like a fishing net. Pretty much, Facebook's gonna use that net, throw it into the water, and try to catch fish. And then the ads are your bait for the most part, right? The bigger your budget, you can imagine just the bigger the net, and the bigger the net, the more fish you will catch with your ads. So that's how I just imagine it. So optimally is 20, minimum $10 to $15 a day, if you want to see results in a good amount of time. And you can set an end date if you want to. As you can see, more options, and you can do ad scheduling, but you can only use ad scheduling if you are doing if you're setting a lifetime budget overall. So now we're in, the fun part, which is the audience. So if you ever ran Facebook ads or did Facebook ads back in the day, you could use Facebook Audience Insights in order to run Facebook ads, but they got rid of that tool not completely, but they made it pretty much a lot worse, so you couldn't see like the page likes and stuff. Luckily for local, it's a lot easier. So depending on the town you're in, you may just want to do just complete broad targeting, and it also depends on your niche as well. So, for example, if you're a restaurant, you could just literally just target everyone, because everyone needs to eat. But if you're like, let's say, a roofer or a contractor, you're going to want to target homeowners, because you want people who own a home and that you can actually go into the home and do your work with them, right? Pretty much with Facebook, in most cases that I've seen, the bigger the audience is, the better the results will be, because you have a bigger pool of audience. How Facebook works is you have a bigger pool of audience, and then Facebook is going to select, different pockets of that audience. So imagine with a fish example again, you have a big pond, right? A big pond of fish. And Facebook's going to start in a small section of that pond. They're going to throw your net there, see if fish bite. If fish don't bite, it's like, okay, we'll go to this section here, we'll go to this section here. Then once they find a section that fish are biting on, aka people are converting, people like your ads, they're going to keep throwing your ad budget, aka the net, into that specific pocket until it's all used up, and then they're going to go to the next pocket. You can imagine if you start with a small pond, and overall Facebook can't test out that different areas of the pond, thus it's going to be hard to get good results with your ads. So I say anything over 50,000 is good for when it comes to an ad set. When it comes to an audience size, which you can see here, anything over 50,000 is pretty good, but remember, you want bigger is better. So if you live in a very, very small town, and let's say like a town of 30K people, and you only want to advertise to that town, my best suggestion for you is to actually use a reach campaign. That way you can just reach as many people as you possibly can. But for now, we're going to assume that your audience is over 50,000, and we're going to go with there. So custom audiences, I'm going to explain what a custom audience is later in this video. Don't worry about that. And if you have any saved audiences, you can put that there. So next thing you want to do is the location. you don't want to take the whole entire United States. You want to X that out. And again, we said we're gonna be in Houston. Okay, so here we're at Houston, Texas. So we're gonna set the radius. Let's say we only want people 10 miles from Houston, Texas. This is a pretty big audience already, so it's way over the 50,000. But since you have a big audience, we can take advantage of more precise targeting, because a good optimal targeting is anything over 300,000 to a million is very good optimal targeting when it comes to audience size. So, a very important thing, guys. Next is you want to select, depending on your niche, of course, you want to look at these options and see which is best for you. So, do you want people who live there, people who are recently there, maybe people who are traveling there? Maybe you don't care, if they've recently been there or not. Maybe you're a restaurant, and as long as people are in the area or have been in the area, you want to target them. But most likely, you want people living in this area, because if you're a local brick and mortar store, that's what you want. So next is, the demographics. So this is where you want to get more specific. So let's say we are a roofer. Let's just say we're a roofer in Houston, Texas. What we want to do is we don't want to target people 18, because people who are 18 most likely don't own a home, especially in Houston. So you can either, if you're the business owner, you should know who the demographics of your customers, who they are. But if you don't know, you can always just Google, quickly, just the demographics of, homeowners in Houston for the most part. And let's just say it's people 35 to, let's say people, 65 plus, they don't really want it. Let's say 35 to 60. And that brought down our audience to 1.2 to 1.3 million. That's great. So genders, I usually just keep this at all right now. So you can keep it there. And now the detailed targeting, which is the fun part. You want to think of, okay, what does my target market, what are they interested in overall? So this is where you want to do some digging with Facebook. So this is where most of the magic happens. So what you want to do, if you have no idea where to start, is, okay, what books, what TV shows, what different tools, what are they interested in? So what would homeowners in Houston be interested in? Well, if I owned a home in Houston, I would probably have bought a lot of furniture. So maybe I'm into, furniture stores like IKEA and Wayfair and stuff like that. So let's type that in, is IKEA in interest. So IKEA, and yeah, we can see IKEA here. And then what a lot of people don't know about is you can use the suggestions to get more ideas. So we can see home improvement. People who are in the homes want to improve their homes all the time. Home decor, modern furniture. Maybe they're into HGTV. They could be into HDTV. Obviously, since we have the luxury of having a bigger audience, we can test out these different audiences, right? So what we can do is, let's do one based off around furniture, and then we'll do one based off around just home improvement in general. So, you can think of, other furniture stores. So you can type in furniture stores, or even better yet, let's just type in home stores. So people who are in the home stores, they're probably into, Wayfair, Home Goods, Home Depot. So let's type in, is it an interest? Wayfair, Home Goods. So because these are places that homeowners overall shop for the most part, right? And now we add like 100,000, which is, I mean, it's still kind of low, but as we add more and more interest, that number is going to build up. And if you run out of ideas, you can just use the suggestion. And then Home Goods. I mean, we already use Home Goods. Oh, be careful of this, guys. I almost got tricked. uh, these are like employers, Home Goods and Wayfair. We want the people who have additional interests. And Bed Bath and Beyond. That one, everyone kind of goes there. Furniture, IKEA, and then the Home Depot. If you don't, pretty much people, all homeowners. I have a friend who's that's his favorite place right now because he just bought a home. So Home Depot, and then with that Lowe's, Ace Hardware. You can see that there's so many different things. So let's do Lowe's, Ace Hardware. And then you could think, okay, so homeowners are into furniture. What else could they be into? Do you know what books they read? Do you know what TV shows they watch? What magazines are they subscribed to? So you can see that there's so many different things. If you have absolutely no idea like where to even start, you can always just click this browse area here, and then you can see different demographics. What is their education? I didn't even think of this at first. People who own a home, they probably have a bachelor's degree. So, not specific schools, education level. So let's say, college grad, doctorate degree, all that different stuff. And of course, I recommend you just test all this. So let's stick with furniture. And then let's, I'm going to go through this and then I'm going to make a duplicate of it. And then, we can go through more targeting, because this is where most people are, concerned with the Facebook ads, the targeting. um, Here with languages, you want to make sure that depending on the area you're in, because I know Houston, they may have a lot of Spanish speaking people. So if you don't speak Spanish, or if you only speak Spanish, you want to make sure that you include Spanish, or just include English as well. So we could just do that. Placements, I just keep this as automatic for now, and then I let the data tell me which placements are best. Optimization, you want to optimize for I mean, sometimes Facebook lets you change it, but conversations, because we want to start conversations with people. Bid control, I would not use this at first. Bid control can restrict, the amount of impressions you get, and an impression is pretty much how many times Facebook just shows your ad. So if they just so as you're scrolling through Facebook, you see an ad, that counts as an impression. So this can really just restrict it, and thus if you don't get a lot of impressions, you're not going to get a lot of conversions as well. So you only really want to use this once you get optimal, like let's say your cost per message is like $10. You want to set it to like $9 maybe, just to see, but you need data first before you can use this. And Facebook tries to get you the lowest, get you the best bang for your buck anyway. And when you get charged, if you choose traffic objective, you can choose to get charged for link clicks, but most objections you can't change this. You're going to get charged when it's an impression, so just when someone sees your ad. So this is pretty much all set. So again, let's change it so that way we can target different interests as well, because we want to test out different ad sets and to see which one works. And for the budget, you want to test, $10 to $20 per ad set as well. So we're gonna finish naming this. So gender is gonna say gender, age. We're just gonna put the age 30 to 55, and then the interest is just gonna be, we're gonna say furniture only. So then if you want to duplicate the ad set, we can just click duplicate, and then it's gonna do everything for you already. You could just choose existing campaign or original campaign, which is just the same campaign that you're in. So once you do that, we can choose different interests. So we can keep the location the same. So instead of just furniture stuff, let's say we want to use the browse feature and do education. So education level, so people who have a doctorate degree, who are a college grad, and master's degree, all of that, right? And what you can also do is that you can exclude audiences too, guys. So remember that as well. So if your audience is big enough, I highly recommend you take advantage of the exclude. So let's say we want to exclude people who are in high school, like definitely are in high school, but mostly with the age, you shouldn't get those type of people. But let's say you want to exclude people who just never got their college degree, because they're most likely, you might think just from your research, if you've done it, that they're still renting. You might want to exclude them. So that's your choice, and obviously you want to test it out. And the main important thing, guys, is make sure you keep your audience size big, um, at least over 50K, optimally between 300,000 and 1 million. And when it comes to audience definition, just try to stay in the green. That's just the best overall area. So we can keep explaining the demographics. Most homeowners are parents, all parents. We could just select the different parents here. People who I would just select all parents for the most part. And then, behaviors. So what do they do? Consumer classification, explore through these categories, guys. And, purchase behavior could be a good one. You can get engaged shoppers. And then, interests. So what would they be interested in? Fitness, wellness, food, drink, hobbies. So what hobbies would they be interested in? Home and garden. Look at this: furniture, gardening, DUI, home improvement. All this. Facebook gives you a lot of this data already. And if you want to find more, you can just Google it. But you can just mostly start off with the browse, especially if you're just local. So if you're enjoying this content so far, again, please leave a like and comment below the niche that you're running ads for. I'm really interested just to see what you guys are running ads for. And if you guys do, I'll let you guys know the niches I'm running ads for in the comments as well. So you can learn a little bit more. So next thing we want to do is, once we make the ad set, is we want to go to the ads. So we are now in the ad. So this is what people are going to see. This is what people are going to, interact with when it comes to Facebook. When they're scrolling, this is exactly what they're going to see. So this is when I should get into the psychology of Facebook ads and pretty much what your main goal should be and how to be successful with Facebook ads, because many people, 99, 95% of people do this wrong, and that leads to very, very poor results, and overall you're just going to be paying a lot more per conversion. You got to remember, when people are going into Facebook, they're not necessarily looking for your business. So let's say you're a roofer. No one's going on Facebook being like, oh man, I need to find a roofer in order to, do my roofing repairs. They don't have that sort of intent yet. And Google, they do have that intent, and I have a Google Ads for local businesses as well, which you can watch after this video if you want to know about that. But that's not their intent. Their intent is mostly just go through Facebook, see, what their friends and family are doing, see the latest pictures and all that stuff, stay updated with the news, etc., etc. So what you want to do is you want to offer something of value for completely free or at a very, very, very low cost that's like unbelievable. Like, people should see it on Facebook and then they should stop their scrolling and be like, oh my God, what is this deal? I need to get it now. Because overall, in the back of their mind, they know that they have this issue or they know that they need this service, but they're not fully convinced to get it. And then your ad's going to stop them and be like, oh, I remember this thing in the back of my mind. I should actually get this free consultation, or I should actually take advantage of this because I know I do need it. And you pretty much want to drag their attention away from, mindlessly scrolling to, I need this product or service. So when it comes to the ad name, I just name it, what the theme of the ad is. So let's say I want to use, say, shock. So let's say shock, and then I say short copy, depending on the length of the copy, let's say. And then, you just want to just create an ad, or if you have a Facebook page with an existing post, you can use an existing post. You can also use existing ads by entering a post ID, which you can actually see now. It used to be kind of a trial, but you can actually see the post ID here, and then once you have it running, you can copy and paste it to there. And that way, all the social proof goes into one ad. And social proof is very important when it comes to Facebook ads, guys, because if people see that this post has more likes, comments, shares, and all that stuff, they're most likely going to engage with it. So I know what a lot of people do is they'll make an ad here, and then they'll take that same post, run it as an engagement, run it under the engagement category, and then get a lot of likes, comments, and shares. So that way, when people see it here, they're like, oh, this is a great post. It has social proof. Let me, take them up on their offer and become a lead for them. But for now, we're going to create a new ad because we're starting from scratch. So I mostly just use a single image or video. If you're a real estate agent or you're doing something with housing or something like that, you want to use carousel, because that way you can show multiple pictures. Maybe you're like a home remodeler, you want to show multiple pictures. And what really works best, especially let's say you're in the contracting or anything like that, is before and afters. I'm sorry, gyms, if you can't do before and afters of actual people, but you can do before and afters of actual homes. Or let's say you're like a junk removal company. Like, let's say before there has all this junk, and then after it's just completely clean. Before and afters are probably one of the best things you can do on Facebook. So if there's a way you can incorporate that, definitely do it. So I would do that. So when it comes to the amount of ads you want, you mostly just want, you don't want to overwhelm Facebook. So anything between 3 to 6 ads is ideal. I always just start out with 3. And it also depends on your audience size as well, because if you have a small audience, you have 10 ads. Facebook's not going to be able to show all your 10 ads. How it's going to work mainly is Facebook's going to take one ad, show all your ads equally. Then as soon as one ad gets some sort of engagement, Facebook's going to be like, all right, let's yeet and show this ad 10 times more than any of the other ads for the most part. So that's how Facebook works. Sometimes I just stop that ad just to make sure that the other ads get some visibility, because they may perform better, but just that's just how Facebook ads work for the most part. When it comes to it, I really recommend you just do 2 images and 1 video. I make my videos using a software called InVideo, which I'll get into right now. So with InVideo, they just have a bunch of stock images and videos that you can use, and it makes it very very easy just to make a video. And they have a lot of different templates you can choose from. You can put in your own pictures and all that stuff. I use this all the time. They have it for specific niches too. So if you're a restaurant, you have this. You can type in a real estate. You can say, let's say contractor. If you're that, you could do roofer. They have so many different templates and stuff. I'll have a link in the description below, and I actually even have a promo code. So if you do decide to go ahead with a paid service, it's completely free to use and start out with. But if you want to go through the paid services, get more templates and all that stuff, you can use a discount code I have as well. No need to do that if you don't want to. But this is what I use to make my quick little video ads. They're 15 to 30 seconds, which is the most optimal with Facebook. So you can use that. For images, you could just get an image from Fiverr. And if you have no idea where to start with when it comes to actually creating the ad, what you can do is actually, not many people know this, is you want to go into the Facebook ad library and see what other people are doing. So how I get to it is I just type in Facebook ad library on Google, and let's say we're roofers, right? And we want to, go to the Facebook ad library here. You want to select all ads, unless you're in the specific ad category. And then we're going to type in roofer. We're going to search in just the keyword by itself. And not many people do this. So you can see what other roofers are doing. So we can see here, 4-step process. They're educating the client, and then hoping that they sign up to be a lead. So that's a good approach you can go to. They use emojis, which makes it pop out. What I like to do is just scroll down, like kind of mindlessly, like what people will be doing on Facebook, and then whatever catches my eye, I will see. So I'll say and look at. So this catches my eye because the green, the different colors, compared to the white background of Facebook, catches my eye. So people are going to see the image first. Then what they're probably going to do is they're going to look at the headline. Then they're probably going to look at the ad copy. So, this one caught my attention, just, the different backgrounds. So pretty much what I want to do is avoid white backgrounds with Facebook ads, because they're just going to blend in. This one caught my attention because it's, just a face. These kind of videos also work well if you have your client or you just be like, hey, we're in your area, we're offering this, great deal, or this get a free consultation, and just something that people actually would want. We can do that. Scroll down. These don't really catch my attention. That really doesn't. It's too dark. The red here kind of catches my attention. And what you can also do is uh, filter through filters. So what I like to do is not really through platform. You want to see the active ads, and you want to go back to ads that on or before at least a month, because this way you know that these ads are actually working and are actually converting. Because if they just started the ad, you don't know, they may not have much data, and someone could have just thrown it up there and then it may not work. But if an ad's been running for 2 or 3 months, that means it's been generating leads, generating conversions, and you can use that. And never copy, guys. Please never copy, but you can get inspired by the idea. So let's say anything on or before September 10th will be good. We want to see the active ads that are still going, so that way, that means it's been like a month or so since they've been running the ads. So we can see here. So this one's good. Old roofs needed. We can replace your old roof with a brand new roof. we need our roof installation job short notice and featuring upcoming promotions. So this is like a great deal. So maybe they're saying, um, see if your roof qualifies. They're making it seem like, oh, we need this. We're gonna give you such a great deal if you do it with us. So leaking roof, this one's a great one. This is what I'm gonna talk about in the next thing. This is a great ad strategy. So yeah, just go through the Facebook ad library, guys. You'll get so many great ideas on not only what to do for like the images, but like what kind of copy you should do, and get ideas from it. So if you need to call experienced experts, we install everything. So that's kind of straightforward. But it's been running since August, so maybe it's working very well. Yeah, that's how I get ideas when I want to run Facebook ads. Let's say you got your ideas set, you got your ideas ready. So let's actually start making the ads. So to add media, you just click add media or add video. When it comes to images, what works best is pictures of you or the client's team or doing the service that you want to provide for the customer. So for example, if you're a roofer, for example, like we see here, seeing people actually going up and building the roof would actually be one of the best ads you can do. Or a picture of like, a great perfect roof, something like that. It's mostly of you and your team working or something like that. Having people in the ad works a lot better than just having no people in the ad. But again, you want to test these things. Again, you want to test two image ads, one video, and at max 6 ads. So images like that of you and your team working, or you know before and afters work very well when it comes to the ad creative. So when it comes to videos as well, keep them short, 15 to 30 seconds. Unless you want to do like an educational approach, which can also work, then you can do a longer video, obviously. And for the primary text, there's so many ways you can do ad copy with Facebook ads. Get inspired by the Facebook ad library, but B, for the primary ad text, guys, you want to ask a question that relates to their pain point. Because remember, they're mindlessly scrolling. Your image caught their attention. It's like, okay, maybe they read your headline and they liked your headline, which we'll discuss the best practices there. And you want the first sentence to be, have you seen any leaks lately? And then the person scrolling, if they haven't seen any leaks, they're not going to be a good customer anyway, so they're going to keep scrolling. But if they have seen leaks, it's like, oh, wait, yes, there's a leak right now. It's going down on my head right now. You got their attention. And then you want to say something like, we want to give you a completely free, no obligation, quick, efficient consultation. That way we can fix your leaky roof, and your home can be restored and beautiful. So no, I'm not just saying call us now to get it repaired. You want to emphasize the benefit of fixing that leaky roof. So what's the benefit of having a roof that doesn't leak anymore? Well, your home is dry, your home is clean. You don't have to. There's no damage. There's no further damage that can come to your home. So there's a lot of benefits of fixing a leaky roof. If you don't know any of the benefits, I just Google it. I look at different forums and posts, and just to get ideas of ad copy as well. But keep your home safe and clean by getting it fixed for a low cost. So that's why you can even do, like, let's say you can fix a very small repair. So you can do something like, we'll fix your leak for free. That is such a great offer because it's a free, gets them in the door, and then maybe you fix their roof, but you've noticed that, oh, well, there's other parts of the roof that's cracked. Maybe they need to get their roof replaced, and that's a $10,000 job you just got right there. You want to do something that just gets your foot into the door. So, offering to fix something for free would be the best. So offering just to do something for free is obviously the best solution. If you can't really do that, a free consultation is the next best thing, but that's not going to be as good as if you offer to do something. So that would be like, the complete best thing to do when it comes to ads. Offer to actually do something for free, not just really a consultation. That can work, but just your cost per acquisitions are going to be a lot higher. So offering to be like, hey, we'll fix this small repair, or if you're a restaurant, we'll give you a free beer if you sign up today. Something like that, right? What are they going to get for free that is not much that can get your foot into the door, so that way you can give them the service and then, you know, sell them a higher ticket service. So again, with the ad copy, the easiest thing, use a question that points out their pain point, and then, you know, say the benefit of working with you and give them something for free to help them fix that pain point, so that way you can get your foot into the door. Also, some other tips and tricks when it comes to the ad copy. If you're running it in just one city, you know, I would say the city name. I would say, you know, hey Houston, we got something special for you, because that invokes curiosity and stuff like that. You know, make it something that people are going to be curious about and they're going to want to keep reading. And you can say, you know, have you seen any leaky roofs? Keep your home safe and clean by getting it fixed. By getting it fixed, not for a low cost, I'm sorry, by getting it fixed for free. You know, and then you can, you know, for a limited time, we are fixing leaky roofs for the next 8 customers. So claim your voucher now and we'll come over and fix your roof within the next 24 hours. That is an insane offer, and if you could actually do that, you could probably make a lot of money on the back end, you know, with other things. For the headline, I just like to say the offer. So I'll say, you know, we'll fix your roof for free. Something like that. And that's going to, again, catch people's attention and they're going to keep reading it on and on. Description, this is not going to really show all the time. It will show in desktop sometimes, but not really for mobile. Description, I just put the client's phone number, maybe just a little blurb, like, you know, hundreds of 5-star reviews, testimonials, and all that stuff. And so there's not really that important. So again, you want to test different variations of ad copy as well. So maybe you want to do, instead of leaky roof, maybe say, are you looking for a change in your roof for the next sort of ad copy? Again, this video is already long enough, so I'm not going to go through all of it, but see what other people are doing. See what, you know, gets you inspired, what you like. If you saw this, just imagine yourself, if you saw this ad, like, would you convert for the most part, and then get inspired from that. And then of course you want to use emojis. So I like to just use anything that's red. So I like to use this red circle, you know, because red just stops people. You see a stop sign, you stop. This red here, you know, you pay attention to it. So that's pretty much when it comes to the ad copy, what you want to do. Next thing is call to action. You want to do something that's contact us or learn more. You can do get quote, but more of a commitment, excuse me. So if it's just learn more, that's not much of a commitment, and then they click on it and then they can send you a message. So what you can do with a message template, you can, you know, start a message, or you can actually generate leads. So if you just want quick and easy leads, you can just do start a conversation. You can create it, and then just the text below to claim your free roof fix voucher. And then what you can do is not too frequently asked questions. I would just select it so it's just one. So just one question. So that way people can just tap. It's like we can just put claim voucher, something like that. And then automated response will be with you shortly. And then of course you want to test it, and then the client from there can set up the appointment. It's very easy, or you can do it for the client. It is whatever you want to do. Click save and finish, and then you can test it. Or what also has worked very well is you can generate leads and you can ask specific questions. So you can have the welcome message overall, and then you can have questions you want to ask. So want to get started? Yes. And then if they're disqualified, maybe you want to ask, are you a homeowner? That's a very great question to ask. Are you a homeowner? If they say yes, they go to the next question. If they say no, you can disqualify them. And then I wouldn't ask too many questions. I would then, you can adjust the disqualifying message here. You are going to need a privacy policy if you're going to do it like this. And I show you guys how to make a privacy policy in my privacy policy video. So what you can do is, ask some questions. I would just mostly ask if they're a homeowner and then get their contact information. And then the client from there can, follow up with a lead. You don't want to ask way too many questions. This shouldn't be a test. You want to at max ask 4 to 5 questions. Anything less is better because the more questions you ask, more likely people are going to get distracted, they're going to get tired, bored, or they're not going to be interested anymore. And then they're going to not become a lead for you. So the less questions, the better, but just get the questions that you need. Homeowner, contact information, that's really it. You may not even want to ask if they're a homeowner. I would just make sure. So we're going to discard that for now. So you would say yes. Oh, one other thing as well. You want to go into the advanced template and, name it. If people have paused the automation, you can just say, hey, we've noticed you paused. Let us know if you need any help. And then also it reminds them as well. So maybe they stopped for a specific reason. Facebook will remind them as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Tracking. We can use the pixel. Since we're keeping people in Facebook, you don't have to really worry about the iOS 14 update now because people are staying in Facebook, so we can track people who've interacted with that page, interact with the ads. So now we are into this tracking part. So if you don't have it already, you're going to need a pixel. So let's quickly go ahead and do that. Okay, so we are in the, just the ads manager overall. Our campaign is saved in the draft. So to create the pixel, a way you could do it, there's several different ways, but this is the most straightforward. I just go to my business settings, which you can get here at the left-hand corner. And then you want to go over here, click on data sources, pixels. What you want to do is then click on add. And then here you can create your pixel, you can name it, enter in your URL, continue. If you have it, you don't really need it. And then, you set up your pixel now, manually add the code, and then, you can search on YouTube or whatever on how to add your pixel onto your website. Even if you once you do that, you can set up specific events. I'm not going to really get too much into it. Facebook's event setup tool is actually really good at teaching you how to do that. So I would take advantage of it. But it's very easy to set up a pixel, guys, so I would just do something like that. So we are back in the ads manager. I just run on my campaigns here, and then click on my ad set, and then here ads. So we could just click on edit. So pretty much once you add your pixel, you should see it down here. And once you set up everything, whether it's to be start conversation or generate leads, if you want more qualified leads, I would choose generate leads. If you just want people just to interact with the page, and then you can qualify them from there, choose start conversation. And then yeah, once you do that, you can pretty much click publish, and you are ready to go. Your ads will start to run, and then you're going to get data, and people are going to interact with your ad. And once you get to a certain amount, let's say once you spend, once you get at least 100, people who clicked on your ads, or you get a sizable amount, you want to retarget them by making a custom audience. So let's get into what a custom audience is. So what a custom audience is pretty much just a customized audience. So pretty much it's based on the data that your pixel has gathered. So if people went on from a traffic campaign to your landing page, then your pixel is going to fire. And if you don't have the pixel helper tool, I would click that there. I would download it from the Google Chrome store, and it can tell you if your Facebook pixel is properly installed. And Facebook will also tell you that as well. So with that, you can show them ads again, because people may not convert the first time around, but they may convert the second or third time around. So you can show them an ad of, let's say of a testimonial. Those work the best. So if you retarget them, show them a testimonial. It's very simple. You can just take a screenshot even of your testimonial, or make a little video within video of a testimonial. And you could do that, show them the ad, and then people say, oh, okay, I see this, other people have done it, so social proof. Thus they will convert and become a lead because you retargeted them, and you don't have to spend as much because your audience is a lot smaller, but they're a lot more valuable because they already know you, because they've interacted with you in some way, shape, or form. So let's create this custom audience, shall we? So what we want to do is go on to audiences, and then Facebook is going to take you to its audience manager. And then what you want to do is it can also, if you have your saved audience, so if you want to go to the ads manager onto the ad set, and save your audience, it'll also be here. But we're going to create what's called a custom audience. So it's based on people who have already done something. So again, this is why we may not need, we don't have to really worry about the iOS 14 update because we chose Messenger. So if people have interacted with your Facebook page, or maybe you did a video, maybe instead of you did Messenger, you did lead generation. It's the same exact strategy for the most part. We could use these sources from Facebook itself. If you have a website, if your customer has a website, you sell the Facebook pixel for them, you can use the website. If they have a customer list, you can use customer list. There's so many ways you can create a custom audience to be the source. So let's say anyone who's interacted with my Facebook page, for the most part, if they message my page, they've interacted with me. So then I would choose my page. This is one of a random page I've made. I would say everyone who's engaged, anyone who visited, anyone who engaged with a post or ad, clicked on a call to action button. So if they clicked on my ad, maybe just saw the messenger, but then they left, you can make them a custom audience. Let's do that. Retention, 365 days. You want as big as better. You want to name it. I'll just name it engaged with CTA. And what you can do, the custom audience is created. You want to create a lookalike audience. So what a lookalike audience is, it's an audience that looks a lot like the custom audience. So Facebook will take the data from the custom audience, so like what their interests are, their demographics, where they've been, and try to find other people who are related to that custom audience. So you can do is create a lookalike audience. You want people who are 1%, 2%, 2%, 3%. The more percent you go off, the less they are, the less information will be matching. But you get a bigger audience. But with 1%, they're pretty much going to be, pretty much almost similar, if not the same. But you're not going to have as big of an audience. And then you want to just click the United States. Even though for the most part, the audience is going to be, compared to where you ran it before, and then you can create the audience from there. And what you can do is, once we go back to the ad set, is once you have this data, we can edit this ad set now, and on top of the interest that we already have, we can add in our lookalike audience. So how do you do that? You say use saved audience. Oh, not use saved audience. You go to custom audience here, and then it has the lookalike audience that you have, which is what we created here. And then boom. So your audience is going to get a lot smaller because it's not populated yet for the most part. But once it's populated, it should get a lot bigger. And then you have these demographics as well. So not only are they similar to people who've interacted with your page, but they fit all the targeting parameters that you set before. So now this is where Facebook ads really shines, with the targeting and how precise you can get. And you can get, leads for a very low cost for the most part, right? So pretty much once you've done all that, you're in business. You should be generating leads, getting conversations, and all that stuff. If something's not working, you have to do some optimizations, and that's going to be in a future video that I plan on doing. So yeah, stay tuned. If you want to make sure you see that future video, be sure to subscribe. If you've made it this far, comment below, N Crew boys over here, N Crew boys or N Crew girls over here. Comment that below, and brag that you made it to the end. You watched all the way through. And pretty much that is how you run Facebook ads for local businesses in 2022. Completely step by step, beginner to expert, in one video. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm going to get something to eat. If you need to know how to get clients for yourself, in order to run Facebook ads for them, click on the video that's up there right now. You're going to be able to see exactly how to do that. I'll see you guys in that video. Take care.